Pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice lattes, and jack-o'-lanterns. Yes, it's fall. That means there are pumpkins everywhere. And today, we're bringing the pumpkin patch indoors. This is all with the help of Mark Eubanks. He's with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Craven Center. It looks great in here. First up, educate us on pumpkins, the different kinds.
So the USDA has 4 species that fit into pumpkins. They're all in the Cucumbaceae family, which is the gourd family, which is going to include everything from your Cucumba maxima, which is your giant pumpkins like the mammoth and the Atlantic giants, all the way down to cucumbers. They're in the same family.
I didn't know that, or I forgot. I'm sure we talked about it in science class in elementary school. Now, in this video, you're actually looking at some pumpkins from White's Farm in Craven County near Vanceboro. A lot of people go there throughout the year. So if you're picking a pumpkin to take home to carve, what should we keep in mind?
You want to make sure that the pumpkin doesn't have any damages that's going to cause it to rot out before you actually get to the carving. Some people will pick out their pumpkins early in October and may not carve it out until the week of Halloween or a day or two before. So you want to make sure that there's no damages, such as on this one, that could cause it to start decaying or rotting before you want to get to your actual carving.
Okay, so watch out for dents or cracks. Also, when it comes to the stem, what should we look at?
You want to make sure that the stem's not drying out and looking like it's starting to rot off, and you want to look for signs of mold or fungal growth. Like this one right here, which could cause its storage to decrease. You want to look for something like this. It's still got good color into it. There's no fungal development. It makes it feel like you could pick it up, buy it, and not fall off. That's what you're looking for.
And in your job, you actually work directly with consumers. What are you training or teaching us?
What I actually do is work with the residents of Craven County, and I help you out with your home garden issues, your ornamental problems, your landscaping,
I should have called you when I was growing cucumbers. When it got so hot this year, they dried out.
You got a lot of leaf scorch going on when we were in the drought. That was not uncommon.
I should have reached out. So if people, us backyard farmers, want more information, how do we get in touch with you?
You can contact us at the Craven Center at 252-633-1477 and tell us what your issue is, and they'll put you into the appropriate extension agent.
And from there, walk us through what you actually do.
I would ask you what your issues are, what's going on in the area, try to find out a little bit of the history of it, and then usually I can diagnose your problems through pictures. You can send me through email. If the issue is more complicated or you have multiple problems, I may try to schedule a home visit.
Oh, I'm going to keep that in mind. As soon as the spring comes back and we're putting the seeds in the ground, great to know you have some expertise right in our own backyard. So take advantage of this and reach out to the Cooperative Extension. So we've talked about picking pumpkins for play, so to speak. What if you're going to cook them? People want to cook pumpkin pie, those cupcakes, so many other things we put pumpkin in.
Yeah, so when you're picking out a pumpkin for eating, you're actually looking for what are called sugar pumpkins. They're going to be your smaller pumpkins, usually around 8 inches in diameter. These larger ones right here, their sugar content is less, so they're less preferred for eating, so you want your smaller ones. Also, funny thing, butternut squash, a lot of your winter squashes, they also fall into the pumpkin varieties. So those are also considered pumpkins. You can eat those just as well.
Just like I said at the start, pumpkins everywhere. Which brings us to these little guys. Let's chat a bit about these. And is this a butternut?
That is a butternut squash.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
So it's one of your winter squashes. You plant them in the summertime just like everything else, but it will continue to grow throughout the normal harvest season, and you usually start harvesting them around now, and you'll store them throughout the winter or go ahead and eat them in the winter.
And there are a lot of recipes out there for butternut. You can try it at home. Do something different. Just experiment a little. I love that they're so flavorful, easy to cook too. What about this little guy?
That is more of your ornamentals.
Okay.
It's smaller. This particular one you can eat. It fits into like the acorn squash like varieties. So you can choose to eat it, but it's more, we treat it more ornamentally at this
Yes.
time of the year.
I'm glad I was doing that right because typically this size, I sit them on the table. Start around October, it usually lasts through Thanksgiving, then get rid of them. Now, if you have farm animals at home, the pigs love
Oh
pumpkins.
yeah, so pumpkins originally, once they starting around the 1800s, they started being grown for livestock. They were grown for them. They'd consume them. So yeah, pigs like them. I believe even cows like them.
Yeah. When I grew up many years ago in Louisiana, we had pigs, and so that's how I know they love this. It's such a great treat for them. But other folks getting rid of them, just put them in the trash. Any ideas for backyard? Is it good for nourishment to your garden?
Yeah, if you have the ability to do that, once Halloween's done and you're ready to move it out, you can just set it in the backyard and let it naturally decay on its own. Adds a little bit of fertilizer to your garden, or you put it
Yeah.
into your compost pile if you want.
Yeah, that's one thing I would like to get into is composting. I haven't started yet. Can you give me just a little bit of advice on that? How do you start one?
I would highly recommend you contact your extension agency and let us walk you through and provide you the resources and information to do it correctly. A lot of people have right and good intentions and they'll start a compost pile, but they'll miss certain key factors like location, setup, their size of what they want to do. A lot of people think that they can do what's called hot composting, but what they're actually doing is cold composting. And that takes anywhere between 1 to 2 years to actually
Really?
break down, whereas hot composting can take just a few months.
Okay, so keep that in mind. Contact the experts and give us your contact information one more time.
You can contact the Craven County Extension Office at 252-633-1477, and we'll put you in contact to the agent to fix your issues.
Okay, gotta ask you a question. Do you have a carved pumpkin at home?
I do. My daughter decided that she was going to pick up the pumpkin and dropped it. It's got a little crack on the bottom, so I just kind of taped it back together and we went ahead and carved it up right now. So it's sitting outside in the front.
That's good stuff. Halloween is this Friday, October 31st. Of course, safety is always something to keep in mind when you're planning to carve, but different knives are used. What do you like to use?
I like to use a thin serrated knife like this one right here. It's thin enough it slips into the pumpkin without a lot of resistance, and the serrated edges are better for your actual carving motions. So that's what I prefer, but anything that really fits your hand appropriately and is easy for you to use is best, because safety is really important, because pumpkins are kind of slippery and slimy, and if you don't have your hands dry or clean or the proper equipment, you can injure yourself.
Also, to keep in mind when it comes to safety, don't forget the candles inside, or better yet, you can use a little plastic tea light, turn it on, turn it back off, keep everyone safe.
That's currently what we're using at my house.
I think that's what we're going to have when I get my pumpkin carved. And you're going to teach me how to do that in a different segment, folks. So finally, once all of this is done, wow, pumpkins just keep on giving. Pumpkin seeds, what can we do with these?
So pumpkin seeds, one of the more common things to do right now is you'll pull them out your pumpkin when you're carving them, and you'll prep them in to pretty much treat them like you do a sunflower seed. And it's a good healthy snack to use throughout as long as you got them.
I love this. Well, thanks for coming in today, telling us about pumpkins, gourds, cucumbers. They're all in the same family. Eat them, enjoy them. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Valentina Wilson in your community.